Michael has still not been found, folks, and the search could take up to another week. There is a lot of stuff I want to talk about in this case, but right now is not the time. We need to find Monkey. We need to make sure he gets justice. I'm pretty invested in this case. I'm desperate for the family to find their boy. Like most of you, how could you not be? Of course we are. I made a community post about the email response of the lady who published the article with the East Idaho News on the sealed documents. She had info in there from the sealed documents. There is a lot of people in Idaho under that post who took my words personally. Apologies if that's how you took it. I'm fully aware that there are some amazing and lovely people in Idaho, trust me. But I was just shocked at the response and the tone of the newspaper. This is a missing kid and the police are looking for his remains in a backyard. This is your kid, a kid of your state. The suspects are residents of your state. The newspaper that did this is your newspaper. I'm angry at people in Idaho who aren't angry about it. This publication, this newspaper, needs to be held to account for what they did by the people of Idaho, not by me. But this is a huge case now, followed by people all over the world. And if this is how you conduct your business, then that's how you conduct your business. And it's a reflection of the state of Idaho. We'll have to wait and see there, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens around that. I have strong feelings on it, but I think you can guess. But there's a lot of people watching online. Monkey's Army is growing every day. And it's great to see. I hope this is some sort of turning point of the true crime community here. I have been wrong on that many times in the past though, but I can hope. Brandy has the love and support of so many that unfortunately knew nothing about this case a few months back. And still don't know. They're finding out the past week some of the stuff that went on and they're horrified and shocked by it. But they're still unaware of the extent of some of it. It's comforting to see so many people rally around the family. It's something I'd stressed out a lot about before. There was times when I felt like I was just pissing against the wind. It's great to see so many channels come out, even new channels that are covering the case aren't entertaining attacks on the family. And I seen an example of that over on Grizzly True Crime. She's having none of it. And it's great to see so many channels come out and say some of the stuff that is going on is wrong and needs to stop. Those videos don't do great. Usually you end up losing subs by making videos like that. But it has to be called out, and it is. Even channels and content creators who don't necessarily like each other, all that stuff is put aside. Who cares? Who cares about it when this is about finding a missing boy and getting some answers for a family? Michelle After Dark has always been a vocal supporter of Monkey and his family. We talked the other day about how we used to sneak posters and find an excuse to put Michael into videos that get more views than a Michael video on his own would get. Anything to help. Chasing Truth, Grey Hughes, Hidden True Crime Podcast, she's been great. Trisha, Web Sleuths, they seen this for what it was very early on and didn't entertain any weasel behaviour. Those are some of the bigger channels, but there's some smaller ones as well that have been in the trenches supporting Michael. Trixie Star, Cats Chats and Crime, Lip Lock No More, Purple Nights, Anonymous True Crime, Level Headed, Arctic Fox, Loot Mom. There's loads. I'm probably forgetting one or two there now as well. Apologies. Another big one is Chris McDonough, The Interview Room. And even if you mention Chris's name, you can divide your comment section. If I mention him, usually people start fighting in the comments. I know he's made some mistakes, but I'm just talking about Michael here. This is a video on Michael Vaughan, and Chris has been great. He has been a brilliant supporter of the family. He's been more than that. A lot of the stuff he hasn't talked about. He hasn't grifted on this family. His content has been really good. And there has been, trust me, there has been a number of occasions where he could have turned this into some sort of drama. He had private phone calls with Brandy leaked. We covered that on a Monkey Monday months back. He didn't. He kept it about finding Michael. And I won't lie, when those calls were leaked a few months back, I worried privately in my head, would he kind of abandon Brandy and her family a small bit? But I could not have been more wrong. His content has been good. As a man, as a human, he's been great. And in his capacity and influence with the Cold Case Foundation, I believe he has helped there also. That's not a story for now and not my story to tell. Fuitland Police have been and continue to be amazing, and anybody that can help legitimately, like the Cold Case Foundation, will be welcomed with open arms. Some weasel pretending to be a PI? Not so much. I do believe Fuitland Police have been working on this for a few weeks, at least. And I think 8-9 days ago on the Monkey Monday stream, Brandy actually made a comment about neighbours as well. We were starting to go back, starting to look at some of the neighbours again from the very, very start, starting with the neighbours closest to Monkey and working our way out. And Brandy made a very interesting comment in the middle of that stream. Another thing we covered in that stream is I had a little thing on Fuitland Police. Were they following up? Were they triaging tips correctly? Because we got a report in about a tip that I just wasn't sure was triaged correctly, and it was my first time ever questioning the Fuitland Police in this case, and it had me a small bit concerned. I was like, hey Fuitland Police, why aren't you looking at this? What are you so busy doing? Did you triage this correctly? Well, I think now we know the answer. I think they did triage it correctly, and I think they're hot on the trail of a really good lead. Give them time, please. And I want to say thanks to all the other channels, all the people, the viewers of YouTube who support the family. Things that need to be called out are being called out. A video I did on Delphi a few weeks back, I can't even remember now, but a video I did about the judge being doxed, about the person who doxed the judge. I told the people in that how to stop following channels, how to make sure that you never see content from channels again. Loads of people in the comments thanked me for that because they didn't know. They didn't know how to take control of the algorithm. And the reason I was doing that was because I noticed that the said person who doxed the judge was in my channel analytics under other channels your viewers watch. I was mortified by that. I don't want to be in a list with him. Like, this guy, a lot of people don't know, he has scammed old and vulnerable people for years. He was part of a fraud, of a scam. That is the reason the word phishing exists, PH, and a big part of why we all have to do those annoying security things at work. But since then, since that video, he's disappeared. He's gone from my YouTube analytics. So either people who watched his channel stop watching me, which is good, get out of here, or people who watch this channel stop watching, which is also great. That's what needs to happen. And I hope more content creators, when it comes to stuff like this, I'm not saying tell your audience to stop watching everyone. Watch who you want to watch. But when there's people actively damaging cases like this, you need to take steps yourself. You need to take responsibility yourself. Because if you watch it, you reinforce that behaviour. You drive it going forward. And this same person again has been contacting people, potential witnesses and potential suspects in the Michael Vaughan case. And I want to end with a clip from another YouTube channel, Duty Ron. This was Duty Ron talking about it the other day. And to the people in the back or hate watching my channel that think this stuff isn't a problem, there's a very special message here for you. Good luck, God bless. I hope we find Monkey soon.
I saw the other day, I saw her plea. And last night I reached out to the mom and said, hey, if there's anything I could do for you to help. But this is how I can help her. And this is what I plan to do, whether she answered me or not. But I sent Brandy a message on Facebook and said, hey, how can I help you? And this is the only way I know, to come here onto my platform and say, hey, stop doing this. Don't just stop doing this on Michael Monkey Vaughan's case. Stop doing it on Summer Wells. Stop doing it on all of these cases that we cover. It happens almost on every freaking single one of them. It's a disgrace. It's despicable. Look at Quentin Simon. There's people that are hosting potential subjects and witnesses on their YouTube channels and treating them like they're friends. What the hell do you think that does? And then there's people trying to get them to come out and have conversations with them. Are you kidding me? That's not your job. It's the police job. And if they're not showing you that they're doing it, then they're doing it behind the scenes. You don't need to know about it. Interview and interrogations are supposed to be secret. They're not supposed to be blabbed out all over the internet. I don't know how much more strongly I could say that. That was the nicest and sternest way I could tell you. That interview and interrogations of potential witnesses and subject is before charges are placed are not for public consumption. Period. For those of you in the back room, that's why I'm yelling a little bit. And for those of you who don't understand it and get pissed off when I say this to you, fuck you. Because if you don't understand it, then you are a problem. You're the problem.